Microsoft Cybersecurity Architect SC-100 exam. Updated questions are valuable in preparation. Share some Microsoft SC-100 exam updated questions here. 1. You are designing the security standards for a new Azure environment. You need to design a privileged identity strategy based on the Zero Trust model. Which framework should you follow to create the design? A. Enhanced Security Admin Environment, ESAE. B. Microsoft Security Development Lifecycle, SDL. C. Rapid Modernization Plan, RAMP. D. Microsoft Operational Security Assurance, OSA. 2. You are creating an application lifecycle management process based on the Microsoft Security Development Lifecycle, SDL. You need to recommend a security standard for onboarding applications to Azure. The standard will include recommendations for application design, development, and deployment. What should you include during the application design phase? A. Static Application Security Testing, SAST, by using SonarQube. B. Dynamic Application Security Testing, DAST, by using VeraCode. C. Threat Modeling by using the Microsoft Threat Modeling Tool. D. Software Decomposition by using Microsoft Visual Studio Enterprise. 3. Your company has a Microsoft 365 subscription and uses Microsoft Defender for identity. You are informed about incidents that relate to compromised identities. You need to recommend a solution to expose several accounts for attackers to exploit. When the attackers attempt to exploit the accounts, an alert must be triggered. Which Defender for Identity feature should you include in the recommendation? A. Standalone sensors. B. Honeytoken entity tags. C. Sensitivity labels. D. Custom user tags. 4. Your company is developing a new Azure App Service web app. You are providing design assistance to verify the security of the web app. You need to recommend a solution to test the web app for vulnerabilities such as insecure server configurations, cross-site scripting, XSS, and SQL injection. What should you include in the recommendation? A. Interactive Application Security Testing, IAST. B. Static Application Security Testing, SAST. C. Runtime Application SAE, F Protection, RASP. D. Dynamic Application Security Testing, DAST. 5. Your company has devices that run either Windows 10, Windows 11, or Windows Server. You are in the process of improving the security posture of the devices. You plan to use security baselines from the Microsoft Security Compliance Toolkit. What should you recommend using to compare the baselines to the current device configurations? A. Microsoft Intune. B. Policy Analyzer. C. Local Group Policy Object, LGPO. D. Windows Autopilot. 6. A customer is deploying Docker images to 10 Azure Kubernetes Service, AKS resources across 4 Azure subscriptions. You are evaluating the security posture of the customer. You discover that the AKS resources are excluded from the Secure Score recommendations. You need to produce accurate recommendations and update the Secure Score. Which 2 actions should you recommend in Microsoft Defender for Cloud? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Configure auto-provisioning. B. Assign regulatory compliance policies. C. Review the inventory. D. Add a workflow automation. E. Enable Defender plans. 7. You are designing the security standards for containerized applications onboarded to Azure. You are evaluating the use of Microsoft Defender for containers. In which two environments can you use Defender for containers to scan for known vulnerabilities? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Linux containers deployed to Azure Container Registry. B. Linux containers deployed to Azure Kubernetes Service, AKS. C. Windows containers deployed to Azure Container Registry. D. Windows containers deployed to Azure Kubernetes Service, AKS. E. Linux containers deployed to Azure Container Instances. 8. Your company has a Microsoft 365 E5 subscription. The company wants to identify and classify data in Microsoft Teams, SharePoint Online, and Exchange Online. You need to recommend a solution to identify documents that contain sensitive information. What should you include in the recommendation? A. Data Classification Content Explorer. B. Data Loss Prevention, DLP. C. E-Discovery. D. Information Governance. 9. Your company is developing a modern application that will run as an Azure App Service web app. You plan to perform threat modeling to identify potential security issues by using the Microsoft Threat Modeling tool. Which type of diagram should you create? A. Data flow. B. System flow. C. Process flow. D. Network flow. 10. Your company has an Azure subscription that has enhanced security enabled for Microsoft Defender for Cloud. The company signs a contract with the United States government. You need to review the current subscription for NIST 800-53 compliance. What should you do first? A. From Defender for Cloud, review the Secure Score recommendations. B. From Microsoft Sentinel, configure the Microsoft Defender for Cloud Data Connector. C. From Defender for Cloud, review the Azure Security Baseline for Audit Report. D. From Defender for Cloud, add a regulatory compliance standard.